Well, good morning. It's David Steele, or Captain Numpty. Captain Numpty full of cedar fever most likely, but today, pushing all that to one side, we're going to have a go at defeating most of the PLA's diesel-electric force in shallow water. This is probably not going to end well. So, to give myself something of an advantage, maybe, I'm putting myself in the Skipjack II, the SSN 585. I've reused the same badge number. And yeah, we've got a full complement of AdCaps. We've got a brave crew on board, and let's take the fight to the enemy in the South China Sea. Now this is going to get pretty busy, probably at the start, and so I might not be able to get too many words in, but let's see.
Sonar lost contact.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay, so yeah, depth isn't great. In fact, I'm not going to be able to use my towed array in this depth. Towed array needs 200 feet, so I've got to be on the surface to use it. Alright, I'm not going to stress it that much then. I mean, the enemy doesn't typically have towed arrays, so we may just struggle. Okay, 68. So to the west is China mainland, and 06A is where the contact was. So let's go ahead and
Come right to 074 helm I.
head in that direction. Oh, look at that! Right, let's see, what is this? There's a submarine. I'm going to launch on it. I'm going to go very aggressive in this mission. I don't think it's going to end well either way. Oh, it's a kilo. Okay. We know the Russians have got...
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 062. Contact faded.
We know the Russians have sold 2 kilos and to the Chinese, and they built another to 10 or 12 improved. Well, let's see if we can unbuild this one. I'm going to go ahead and head south.
Come right to 180 helm I.
I don't really know how... Well, I have no idea how far that is. Let's get myself to periscope depth.
4, 5 feet, dive by.
They're not expecting me to arrive and start shooting. In fact, they're not expecting anything. But we've got intel heads up that they're amassing. But they're very slippery buggers. They're hard to get hold of. So I may pop my surface sensors out. I don't know if there's any airborne threats. It's one sure way to find out. But if they are, that's going to be a little harder in the short term. But if they're not, I might detect a snorkel, diesel-electric snorkeling on the surface. So we're close to 50 feet. That's when I can get my sensors out. Okay, there we go. Let's pop them up.
Upscope.
Okay, didn't really get anything.
Con sonar
Ooh.
master 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
I did, and let's take a look. Well, I guess we can see its periscope.
Con, dive at 4, 5 feet, dive by. Lower the radar mast.
Right, they're pinging me,
Come left to
so
090 helm I.
I think it's time to,
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
yeah, that most definitely
Shoot 2-2.
upset.
Aye, sir.
Oh well.
Shoot.
Con sonar new contact bearing 030. Designated
What I'm
Sierra
gonna do
5.
is crank on
Con
east.
sonar new contact bearing 065.
We've certainly got their
Designated
attention.
Sierra 6.
Is crank on east. I'm going to cavitate
Con sonar.
like a good one, but that's okay.
Con sonar. We are cavitating. Con helm. Steady course.
We know that they know where we are. I know where they are. So now it's just a straight up scrap. So I'm going to cavitate all I'm worth.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7. Last bearing 041. Contact faded.
Now I pretty much expect them to
Depth 100 feet, dive by.
be using wire guided torpedoes.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
I don't know where that was, doesn't matter.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Yep, losing the wire is fine, because we're going to avoid that area. But I've got 3 torpedoes heading up in the vicinity of where they are. That's probably going to cause all sorts of calamity. Meanwhile, we're trundling.
Con, dive at 100 feet, dive high.
We're charging, not trundling, I think, at this point. We're going to charge east at full chat. And the reason being is that, yeah, they're going to fire all those torpedoes at me. The hope is that some of my torpedoes will cause them, the enemy, to have to change course. We'll see how well this works.
Torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
I'm not the most optimistic at tackling something like 12 or 13 diesel electrics, even in a Skipjack II, in shallow water. Shallow water is the thing. It's difficult to maneuver, but they have the same problems too. Plus, there's many more of them as there are of I. And what that means is that they've got friendly fire to worry about.
Making turns for 37 knots.
And I simply don't. If it looks like a submarine, I can fire upon it, and that's what I'm going to do. So, we are heading that way. I'm going to switch to the view of my boat, and we may see some incoming torpedoes.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Yep, I do. I see quite a few, actually. 4, I think. The YouTube algorithm might remove those, but one's just above the conning tower. One is just above the little nubbin sensor in the front, and one is the closest one. It's just above the little nubbin there. Yeah, that's actually pretty close. Right, it might have just gone active. I'm going to turn towards it. I'm going to turn past it like so. Beautiful angle there. And let's straighten up.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Okay, zip back here. Let's go back into the map. Let's see. Now, what I'm trying to do here is I want to notch it. So,
Come left to 327, helm I.
arguably, I might want to notch it the opposite direction.
Con, helm, steady course.
In other words, be heading south. Oh, he's actually heading. He's heading west. Oh, it's a different torpedo. Yeah, the one that's just appeared is unguided, and it's 2,000 yards away, give or take. That is a danger right now because it's close enough that it could detect me, but the one that I can see on my sensors is homing in on something else. This might be some friendly fire. Okay, just gone live. That might...
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 054.
It might detect me, so I'm going to run away from it right now. Oops, I went too far.
Con sonar, lost contact.
Yeah, we got one.
Sierra 7.
Now,
last
the reason why I'm running away from it
034. Contact breaking up.
is because we're giving it that profile. We're giving it the smallest profile that we possibly can. For it to bounce sonar off me. If I was running away like this, it's going to see more of me and get a bit more bounce back. Okay, we're not quite maintaining 2,000 yards, but we're doing all right. Let's go ahead and turn a little bit further north now.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 061.
Okay, let's straighten out. About 330. That works for me.
Sonar, noisemaker, bearing 037.
Okay. Now I may wish to slow down and at least take a listen, but there's more torpedoes being launched. Let's go ahead and do that though. Let's have back up to periscope
Con
depth.
sonar, no longer cavitating.
Hey, took out a second one. Well, something took out a second one. It might not have been me. It might have been one of their torpedoes. Now, just to help us decelerate, I'm going to go ahead and put us
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering I.
to back emergency. There we go. Like so.
Make turns for
Ooh,
5
lots of torpedoes.
knots. Maneuvering I.
Yeah, I might want to be...
Con sonar, regained contact on. Come left to 157.
I might want to be somewhere else.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I think for what it's worth.
Con, dive.
Let's
at
get one
4
off.
5 feet, dive by.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 7, bearing 0, 5, 1. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 9, last bearing 0, 7, 0. Contact is in the baffles.
So I'm sending a torpedo down the line of approach of the incoming torpedo.
Con, helm, steady course.
I do think that torpedo's wire guided. However, it's a good indication of at least the vector of where the bad guy is. This thing's fairly maneuverable. It should be. Alright, now that torpedo is dangerously close. I think it's going to detect me. And there's not much I can do because it's shallow like me. I can't dive deep, I can't do a lot to avoid it, but it may not go active. So I'm going to turn back towards it, because essentially if it goes active now it's going to detect me anyway, but I'm out of the danger zone a little sooner if I'm pointing my nose towards it. So let's take another look at the view here. Now if the operator still has a wire attached and can still detect me, he should make it active immediately. But he's not. Switch to view there.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3-7 knots.
Alright, so I'm only cranked on at 33 knots. Right, I think I'm past the danger zone, which is wonderful.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Let's go ahead and slow down.
Make turns for 0 knots.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
Okay, I can see more torpedoes.
Make turns for 5
Just on this view
knots.
here.
Maneuvering on.
Let's switch back to me.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
Okay. So 2 torpedoes are heading north.
Con sonar new contact bearing 0, 7, 7. Designated Sierra 1, 0. Con sonar new contact bearing 0, 5, 6. Designated Sierra 1, 1. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 8, bearing 0, 7, 2. Con sonar Sierra 8 is classified as submerged submarine.
Now we're not going to know if these are just kilos or improved kilos. They've got the same acoustic signature.
Con sonar Sierra 1, 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
So I think it's fair to assume that they're improved kilos, because there are more of them. I think there's 10 or 12. But so far, I'm not dead yet.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
It looks like that torpedo's acquired something. That Mark 48. It's just adjusted its course. Wonderful news. Okay. There's a lot of noise in the water, which is impeding my ability to detect stuff, but Sierra
Con
12
sonar noisemaker bearing 0, 7, 3.
is moving away from me. I wonder whether it's worth... Well, I mean, of course it's worth firing at it, because it is, but... Yeah, let's go ahead and launch. Launch to here.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
And I'm actually going to dogleg the torpedo more towards the threat ahead of me, I think.
Con sonar master 3 is cavitating.
Torpedo behind me has started circling, which might mean it's detected something or it's being wire guided. My Mark 48 is doing all sorts of connections to try and track the target, and time to send torpedo 1 north, I think. And it's more or less north like that. So I don't know what that loose cannon torpedo is tracking down. I don't know if it's Sierra 11. But I think so far we've certainly disrupted the PLA.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 0, 7, 6.
Even if we've only tackled a couple. Let's get another torpedo out in the direction of this swarm of kilos ahead of me.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
And I'm going to actually head it. I'm going to head it southeast. Excuse me. Now that implies to me what my Mark 48 is doing is it's quite a different target. Because none of those targets are likely to be moving northwest. I could be completely wrong, and I'm very happy to be completely wrong. This Mark 48 is adjusting its course. I wish I'd put the active sonar on, but the kilos, all of them have got aneoic coating, so that's not going to help too much. Sierra 12 is now turned more easterly, so that's interesting. Maybe I will adjust the course of my torpedo a little bit, I think. Like so.
Con sonar new contact bearing 039. Designated Sierra 13.
It's another kilo.
Con sonar Sierra 13 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, Sierra 11 might be about to cop it. See if we can watch this. There we go.
Con
Hello,
sonar
boys.
noisemaker bearing 082. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 13. Last bearing 039. Contact faded.
Oh, we got him.
Con
All right.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 6. Last bearing 091. Contact faded. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 9. Bearing 083.
We just detected a
Con
launch.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 6. Bearing 091.
I'm going to make torpedo 1 active.
Con sonar lost contact.
Oh, look at that.
Sierra 9. Last bearing 083. Contact faded.
And for what it's worth, I've turned on the
Con
active
sonar
sonar.
regained contact on Master 4. Bearing 009.
It's not helping it though.
Con
Let's
sonar regained contact on Sierra 13. Bearing 038.
I've shut that down, but yeah, I think looks like Sierra 12 really is where the crew estimated it was. I'll try the active sonar again. A little closer now. Yeah, so it's struggling to acquire
Con
it.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 10. Bearing 086.
That's why it's got that blue-red flashing. Let's disable it. Look on the map. Okay, it's not quite what we thought it was. But in the distance here I can see a torpedo approaching, so that tells me that we're not far off. Let's run active sonar again. Yeah, look at that. Right, now we know where he is. So we had to get pretty close, but it does work against aneoic coating. You get a much weaker return. He's going to drop a noisemaker, I think, for sure. We'll manually guide it. I'm going to steer it to starboard, so that he catches one. I don't need to steer it. Look at that.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 12. Last bearing 028. Contact breaking
I
up.
don't know why he didn't bother to try and defend. So yeah.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 4. Last bearing 004. Contact faded.
I wonder if Master 4 is trying to circle around me. I'm not sure. I think Torpedo 2, it's time that you go... Oh yeah. Yeah, I think you're going to actually head north and go active.
Con sonar
Look at that.
noisemaker bearing 0. Come right.
And I need
Make
to
turns for 1.
make like a tree,
Make
because
turns for.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I'm going to head north. I'm directly threatened by this torpedo approaching me.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
That's fine, I don't mind losing the wire there. Ooh, Sierra 8 is also firing at me. Let's,
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
let's reduce my speed to 20 knots so I
Con
can fire
maneuvering.
again. There we
Making
go.
turns for
Do another launch.
20 knots.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
I'm going to be aggressive and make this thing pretty much live right off the bat, I think. There we go. Right, and I gotta move.
Make turns for 3-7 knots.
And I'm gonna move
Maneuvering aye.
away because
Come left to 309 helm I.
if this Mark 48 turns on me,
Con, torpedo room, 2.
Con helm, steady course.
points in my direction, it's gonna see me, it's gonna track me. So I'm gonna turn
Con
away.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 6, last bearing 098. Contact is in the baffles.
There's an increased likelihood of the Chinese torpedo picking me up, but that is probably not as lethal as my own. Probably. I need to be 2 squares away from my own torpedo, 4,000 yards, to avoid detection, and I'm already a square, so that's good. But I can do with being a little further away. Excuse me again.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing
Oh.
081.
Something got him, so I might have just wasted a Mark 48, which is okay. I mean, it happens. And it'll either track the wreckage, or it will find something else.
Come right to 003 helm I.
We probably haven't put ourselves 2,000 yards from this approaching Chinese
Con
torpedo.
helm, steady course.
We don't know when it's going to go live just
Con
yet.
maneuvering,
Yes, we
making
do.
turns
There we
for
go.
3-7 knots.
Yeah, let's turn away from that, I think. There we go. So if it detects me, I can try a knuckle, and what that can do is cause it to turn away. And if I'm at the edge of its detection range, by the time it's turned right back
Con
up,
sonar, Sierra 7 is classified as submerged submarine.
by the time it's turned right back at me, there's a chance that I'll be beyond range. You can try and improve your odds here of losing it by reducing your speed. When you turn away, when you knuckle, just drop your speed. But if you get that wrong, you are slow and it's acquired you. So it's a risky move. Sometimes energy is life, speed is life. Still, I think we've avoided it right now. So let's go ahead and drop to
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
ultra
Con
quiet.
sonar, no longer cavitating.
I'm gonna aggressively get the
Make
speed
turns
off.
for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Look at my prop turning the other way as we get the speed down. Let's get the speed down to about 5, like so.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Right, so advantage
Con
here.
maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
We've got good ears. Well, reasonable ears. Let's look for the torpedoes. Let's see what we can see. Alright, well that's searching mode. That's no threat. This might be the one that's circling. Maybe. Yep. So that's the one that's southwest of me. No, this one is also scanning. That's probably the one that's southeast of me. And then this is mine. Nope. Yeah, and mine's mine must have hit something. Okay, all right. Oh, that's bad.
Come right to 0. Make con sonar, we are cavitating.
Coming right at me. So that must be from one of these bad boys up here. Let's give them something to think about.
Make turns for 2-0
It's right in the
Maneuvering
middle
aye.
there, so I bet you it's over here. Let's go ahead and do that. Right, I'm going to turn away. I'm going to notch it even.
Come right to 128 helm I.
I'll run at 20 knots, see if we can keep the guidance on the Mark 48. But if this torpedo gets close, if
Con fire control,
Yeah,
we've
okay.
lost the wire.
Con.
never mind.
Make turns for 3-7 knots. Maneuvering aye.
So no, you can keep a wire on a torpedo at 15 knots. 20 knots sometimes, and sometimes not. But I guess in this case, the answer is not. So, okay. That's fair enough. Interesting. Different pitch of the submarine. I'm
Come
going to head
left
towards
to
it.
108. Helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
I don't know if that's the low. Oh, this thing's wire guided. Thing to my north. Okay, that's bad. That's very bad because it's going to be hard to evade this thing. So I'm going to turn towards it and hope for the best. It's going to turn towards me quite rapidly. Yep, there we go.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 37 knots.
So possibly getting it to use its energy, although what's it doing? I don't know what it's doing. Oh, it's gone live. Okay, I might be okay. It's very, very close. Oh, that's interesting. They both hit something. Maybe.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Perhaps
Back emergency.
was a
maneuvering aye.
piece. It was a sunken.
Con sonar regained contact on. Master, bore, bearing, 007.
Perhaps it was a piece of
Come
Make
debris.
turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, so one's incoming.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
We don't really know where this Master 4 is, but what we do know is it's not. Yeah, it's a distance away. So options here. I can pursue the group to my north, or the group to my east-southeast. But there's also M3, I think, I suspect, that's somewhere up here. So I'm going to go ahead and just fire something along this
Con,
axis.
helm, steady course.
It's possible that my existing torpedo will take care of that for me. And then I'm going to notch.
Con sonar regained contact on. Master, 3, bearing, 068. Come.
Make turns for 1.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
So there's at least one submarine somewhere close to Sierra 6, Sierra 10. So I fired
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
a torpedo there. I am now running at 15 knots. I'm going to be cavitating. I don't know that I can get out of the way of this torpedo quickly enough.
Con sonar lost contact. Master, bore. Con, helm, steady course. Come left to 141. Helm aye.
But the Chinese have been pretty bad at guessing my range, which is very useful.
Con sonar regained contact on. Master, bore, bearing, 0. Con, helm, steady course.
Now this, of course, may be the time when they get it just right, and this thing goes live right on my jacksie and gives me a nasty surprise. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, there's a lot that could go very horribly wrong. Something has spooked M4 though. And I think that whatever.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing,
Oh.
036.
Okay, so M2 is presumably what's disrupted noisemaker and is threatened by that Mark 48 that I sort of dead reckoned in his general direction. That's good to
Con
know.
sonar regained contact on. Sierra 6, bearing, 107.
Right, this torpedo is wire guided
Con
towards me.
sonar regained contact
That's bad
on.
news.
Sierra 9, bearing, 101.
We've just found the song. The song is Sierra 9.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing, 035.
I'm tempted to make torpedo 4 active, but no, I'm not going to.
Come left to 307. Helm aye.
Okay, I have a slightly uneasy feeling doing this, but we're gonna. I really feel like I should crank on the speed in case this thing goes active. If it does, I'm gonna have to drop a noisemaker and I hope for the best. Firewall that throttle quicker than I can punch that Q key. I think they've lost acquisition on me. I don't think they quite know
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 045.
exactly where I am. There's a lot of noise going on around here. So, I'm going to divert one to go out
Con
north.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 037.
I think there's two torpedoes up there, two submarines up there, close to where those noisemakers are. But M4 is don't know where M4 is. So I'm going to try and slip round this torpedo approaching me. I think we've pretty much done it. Let's go ahead and turn east now. Now, if it's set to circle, I'm going to get caught by it, but typically they're not, and so we might be all right. Let's turn east. Slacken off my turn, get down to 5 knots. Oh, it
Con
just
sonar,
went live.
no longer cavitating.
Okay, let's see. Is it going to detect me?
Con sonar, noisemaker
Beautiful.
bearing 044.
Okay, detected 2 torpedoes heading my way, and that's bad because
Con
it's 2.
sonar lost
But
contact. Master 3, last bearing 074. Contact faded.
it's not cheating if it's 2, so I'm going to go ahead and track south again,
Come right to 17.
and up to 15 knots.
15.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
So the hope here is that whatever has fired
Maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
those two torpedoes at me is going to be threatened by torpedo 4, which is actively seeking. I could absolutely ping the sonar on the torpedo
Con, helm, steady course.
and really get their attention, but it doesn't seem to be wire guided back towards me, which I'm pleased about. Makes my life a little easier. Let's steer this torpedo a little more. There we go. I think I might have just dodged 2 incoming torpedoes. There's a lot of activity around me. Did we kill anything up here? Yeah, we did. We got M2. And it's tempting to make. Yeah, I'm going to make 4 live. 1 live even. So 1, if there's anything up there that it can detect, which I know that there is, it's gonna say hello, chaps. Oh, 4 looks like it's catching up with number 6.
Con, fire control,
There we
weapon
go.
acquired.
Look at that. Okay, beautiful. So let's run not quite parallel to this approaching
Come left to 136. Helm aye.
approaching pair of torpedoes, but let's run a little more parallel to it. We've got maybe 3,000 yards separation.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 113.
That will reduce a little. I'm going to go ahead and ping the sonar
Con, helm, steady course.
on torpedo 4. If I can get the song, I'd be happy. Songs are nasty little buggers, to be technical about it. And I really should have a follow-up as well. But I don't think I can. If I break the wire, the follow-up torpedo might just go for the sinking wreckage of the one that we managed to hit, and not its buddy. So I don't want to do that just
Con
yet.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 113. Con sonar, noisemaker bearing
Yeah, okay.
109.
I can actually see where
Con,
the other one
fire
is.
control,
So
weapon acquired.
let's go ahead and get my second one out.
Shoot tube 2.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 1-3. Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 6.
Come left to 076. Helm aye.
Eee, torpedo 1 has acquired something. That'll be M4 then. Well, this is going well. And Sierra 13 has decided he wants nothing of this. Everything else is just succumbing to the amazing Mark 48 ADCAPs.
Con, helm, steady course.
Con,
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 355.
So I think
Con
I'm
sonar, noisemaker bearing 110.
going to target either the song or the kilo
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
with torpedo 4.
Con,
Sorry.
fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Torpedo 2 even. Let's put 2 in this vicinity. Looks like
Con,
4.
fire control, weapon acquired.
It's about to...
Con sonar regained contact on.
This is the
Master
kilo.
3,
There's number 4.
bearing 0, 6, 8. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6, last bearing 1, 1, 7. Contact breaking up.
Good night, Kilo.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 9, last bearing 1, 1, 3. Contact faded.
Okay, that
Con,
torpedo
fire control, weapon acquired.
Come right to.
is...
7, 6. Helm I.
Was that an air
Con
drop?
sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, 3. Last bearing 0, 4, 0. Contact faded.
Okay, very sneaky of the Chinese, or the PLA. They've put a, they've dropped, or there's a torpedo that's circling
Con
ahead of me.
sonar lost contact. Master 4. Last bearing 3, 5, 0. Contact is in the baffles.
So that's pretty clever,
Con helm. Steady course.
because they've kind of blocked my way. So I'm gonna divert.
Con sonar regained contact on. Sierra 9. Bearing 1, 1, 3.
Torpedo 1 is encountering 3
Con,
noisemakers,
fire control, weapon acquired.
but
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
yeah, it's... I guess the equivalent here is in the original Star Wars movie, Episode 4, Tandy, when the X-Wing pilots announced that bouncing through the magnetic shield, I imagine that that's what this torpedo is doing right now.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Let's run some active sonar.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 3, 4, 9.
So the active sonar from Torpedo 1 is really to spook the crew, but also give me a better idea of where it actually is. Not that it
Con,
matters,
fire control, weapon acquired.
not that it matters too much. It would just be nice. And actually, it looks like it's pretty close. Let's see, can we do this again? Hey, there we go. Hello? You thought you could escape from me, didn't you? Well, you thought wrong.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 4. Last bearing 3, 4, 9. Contact breaking up.
Make turns for 5.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
So, this has been really methodical, but it's been very effective. So we have Sierra 1, Sierra 10, Sierra 13 and M3. We've got 4 left, which means I think we're taking out 8, which is good going. So, I have a torpedo on the way, hoping to catch up with this song. Song is a decent vessel. Let's do
Con
that.
maneuvering. Making turns for 5.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Come left to 0, 9, 7. Helm I.
But I think everything else is just scattered, and I don't know that we're going to be able to catch everyone else. At least not easily. So, I got a choice.
Con sonar regained contact on. Sierra 1. Bearing 0, 8, 1.
I can disengage, so I would head southwest here, I think. Oh, there's Sierra 1. Or I can continue the engagement, and it will just become a bit protracted.
Con sonar. Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
And really, the Chinese need to let me go. And if they let me go and they flee, then we can disengage. But if they don't, then I can't. So, I think what we'll do now, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording just a little bit. We'll see what happens. It looks like this song has sang its last. That's terrible, David. So, I'll be back, and perhaps when I'm back there'll be some more excitement, or we'll have disengaged. I'll talk to you soon. Well, I don't know whether they necessarily let me, gave me the all clear signal, but those Sierra 10 rushed me, and Sierra 1 was thinking about rushing me, and he fainted, and he rushed me again, and he fainted, and I decided, well, if you're going to keep pretending to attack me, I'm going to pretend to attack you with this Mark 48, and he didn't take any evasive action, so what am I going to do? I'm actually going to escape to the east now. I don't think...
Come right to 0, 8, 7. Helm I.
I don't think M3 and
Con helm. Steady course.
Sierra 13 are interested in a scrap. So let's see if we can disengage. Let's see if we can do that. Oops. Let's see if we can go. No, so there's still something close to me. So we'll clear that, and then we'll be able to disengage. So I don't know what exactly is close to me.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
We'll go ultra quiet. I wonder if it's it's M3 or Sierra 13 at
Con
least.
sonar.
Oh, there you
regained
are.
Contact on.
Hello.
Master 3 bearing 0 2 3.
They're both coming back at me. Really, guys? I mean, did you not want to survive? Okay, let's try something. Let's ping them to say, we know you're there, and go away.
Con sonar switching to active search.
It's one ping. And then second ping, and then we'll turn off active sonar. So they should turn around and run.
Con sonar switching to passive search.
Let's see. Are they going to run? It's pinging me back. Okay. So he's turning. M3 is turning. Are you turning towards me? Are you serious right now? You are, aren't you? I genuinely feel bad because I don't particularly want to do this.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
I lost the wire. That makes my life a little harder, but okay.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
It's like, what am I going to do? Because they're turning towards me. Now he's turning away from me, but I've already fired upon him. Great. Well, that was an unexpected bonus. Not really. I don't particularly want to have to sink everything. So let's accelerate time and see what happens. Now you're turning
Con,
away
torpedo
from me.
room, tube 1 ready.
You think?
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 0 1 0.
Alright, I'm going to side slip torpedo
Con sonar
2
noisemaker
just a little
bearing
bit.
0 0 4.
It looks like M3's a goner.
Con sonar lost contact. Master
Yep.
3 last bearing 0 0 0. Contact breaking up.
Right, and I just made torpedo 2 active, and it went for the wreckage. So let's turn it away. No, still wants to go for the wreckage. Okay, let's turn it away again, and then we'll turn it back. So I think Sierra 13 has suddenly realised, actually, I left my stove on at home. No, let's
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 3
turn it
5
back.
2.
Nope, still wants to go for the wreckage. Okay, that's bad. Alright, well, I mean, it's disappointing, but it is what it is. I'll turn this torpedo around and see if we can get it to go for the
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
kilo. Alright, let's point it towards the surface. It's gonna skip along just under the waves here. That's not a good view. Let's run the sonar active just because we can. And if we let it go, let's see if it can detect. No, not yet. We'll turn it north.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 3
Got something.
5 2.
Immediately got not something. Alright, so it's starboard side. There's the noisemaker, so you're down here somewhere.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
There you go. Hello, chaps. You should have gone away.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1 3 last bearing.
You really didn't
5
have
3.
eat
Contact
that.
breaking up.
You could have gone somewhere else. Okay, well that does appear to wrap up today's battle. I think the Skipjack Class 2 is pretty effective. I dare say the Seawolf could be just as effective, but hope you got something from this. Hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you the next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Goodbye.